verify. This crisis is a crisis in which we have new problems and new challenges. The first problem is obviously the terrorism. And I think there is a great and clear and terrible strategy in the mind of terrorists. They choose the goals as a message. In France, a very important place of freedom, a newspaper. In Denmark, in Belgium, a synagogue, a place of religious values. In Tunisia, a museum, a place of culture. In Pakistan, a little school for international manager, for international people. And I think the decision to attack a university in your country is a message not only for your colleagues, students in Garissa, not only for you, not only for our friend government in Kenya, but for everyone, every citizen around the world. I think we are all together citizens of the world with a different passport, but with the same ideals, with the same values, the values of human being, human ideals. And when a university is attacked, is not attacked only that university, that students, is attacked everyone. My heart is attacked when university is injured. For this reason, I stand here today not only to offer my condolence to the victim of terrorism in Kenya, but also send a strong message that we'll never bow to terrorism. We'll not let terror deprive you or your right to a better future. If they decide to attack our identity in a culture museum, in a place of freedom, in a university, our answer will be clear and strong. We will live for a better future, investing in our identity, in our culture, in our university. This is the message. After the attack, Kenyan political and religious leadership appealed to unity and cohesion as an antidote against terrorism and violence. They were right. I agree with them. It's in the values that they unite us that we'll find the response to those attacks. To those who want us fearful, we must respond by being brave. If there is a man who invests in the fear, our answer will be the courage. I think, obviously, to those who want us to be left in darkness, we must respond with the light of knowledge, the light of tolerance, the light of dialogue. To those who want us dead, we must respond by living in full and being true to our identities. This is the point of political answer, and this is the reason for which I'm here. Italy obviously remained close to you. My Minister of Foreign Affairs, your Minister said now, was here in Nairobi just after the attacks to express solidarity of Italian people. And we show the support in a tangible way. We have started scholarship programs for students who survived the Garissa attack. And at the same time, we have signed an agreement with the Kenyan police to improve the counter-terrorism skills between Kenyan police and the Italian Arma dei Carabinieri. But the answer is not only by government, my dear students. The answer depends on you. This is not a way to avoid our responsibilities. We have responsibilities and we are ready to fight for them. But the answer depends on your life. For this reason, I think a very important symbol of this morning is the decision to plant a tree in the backyard of this university. And I remember a very important personality of your country who studied, if it's correct, exactly in this university, Wangari Maathai, the first woman, the first African woman to receive the Nobel Peace Prize for her contribution to sustainable development, democracy and peace. She has used an expression I like very, very much. It's the little thing, quote, it's the little things citizens do. That's what will make the difference. My little thing is planting trees. Education, if it means anything, should not take people away from the land, but instill in them even more respect for it. Because educated people are in a position to understand what is being lost. Planting and of quotes. This is a very great message. But what is the strategy to planting trees not in a backyard but in the global world? This is a moment particular. Yesterday, in Vienna, Europe, Austria, a very important personalities of international community signed an agreement, absolutely important in the relation between Iran and the rest of the world. 1 week ago, in Morocco, we signed an agreement for Libya. It's very important that the situation in Libya for us, for the presence of a great number of migrants who start from Libya, but come from other areas, above all Eritrea, Somalia, so this region of Africa. Some days ago, Europe discussed a lot about the future of our future after problems in the Greek economy, but not only to discuss about Greek economy, but to remember what is Europe today. My grandfathers fought against the grandfathers of French men and French women. Now, for my children, the only fight possible is the Champions League. And for my son, for my daughter, it's impossible to believe my grandfather was in war against France, against Germany. The place of Erasmus, the program for the students, of exchange of students. The place of a trip with low-cost companies every week. So, the world changed, but in this moment there are a lot of new challenges. Because if my grandfather fought against the grandfather of my colleague in France, now there is the possibility of writing a new page of history. But the problem of Europe today is this message will be not only about economic values. What has happened last week in Europe institutions, it's a clear message. If an organization stays together only for economic values, this institution risks a lot, because it's impossible to stay together only for economic values. We need some more important than economic values. The expression value is bigger than expression money. And this is the reason for the which from Europe, from Iran, from Libya, from Addis Ababa yesterday, I arrived to central point of my speech. The university is the place in which you can create a new world. Not the building of power, not simply the institutions, but the place in which we can share the knowledge, the values, the ideals. This is the point. This is the place. You are responsible. So I think it is absolutely important you face in front of the problems of our world with strong determination as a politician. But I think the universities could be the place in which we build a different approach. And for that, the first reason, the first challenge, the first commitment is study, study, study. Not is easy in this world. As politicians, we have the responsibility to simplify the message, to reduce to 140 characters the complicated message of foreign politics. It's a must. We have to necessity to reduce the message, to simplify it. But to become leader and not follower, there are not important 104 characters. It's important your character, your approach, and your ability to study and to don't consider the great problem of this period of history as with an easy answer. It's not easy to understand the reason of relation between ideals and democracy in the Mediterranean area after the Arabian Springs. A lot of people judged 5 years ago Arabian Spring in Mediterranean and the Middle East as a new page of history. Now we saw the ISIS advance, the terrorist attacks are a part of answers to this new world. So it's not easy to